Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Wednesday, February 17, 2016, around 6:56 in the morning, Billerica, Massachusetts. Going to be a nice and sunny day out, around 45 or so, a couple of degrees above the average for this time of year. And the snow's melting, which is good. 13 years ago today was the infamous President's Day storm in New England, where 27.5 inches of snow fell in Boston's Logan Airport. It was a record for most snowfall in one storm, and it was not technically a blizzard because there was no wind to this, but it was a blizzard. Technically not, but technically yes. And some news to report. The Boston Bruins beat the Columbus Blue Jackets by a score of 2-1 in overtime. Another big win by the Bruins in second place in the Atlantic Division. They're winning games on the road like crazy. Now they have to win some at home, because if the season ended today, they get home ice advantage. But they play awful at the TD Garden. That has to change. And the UMass Lowell Riverhawks beat AIC by a score of 5-4 last night. And sad news to report in the world of Hollywood. Actor George Gavins, who was famous for playing Henry Warnemont on Punky Brewster and appearing in several Police Academy movies, passed away at the age of 98. So prayers to his family. And on the Tilted Kilt website, they're confirming that Billerica's Tilted Kilt on Middlesex Turnpike will be open soon. Can't wait. Maybe I'll be a regular down there. Maybe I could reach 1,000 times at that Tilted Kilt. You'll never know. And that's about it on news. My first video blog subject of the day is the continuation of the greatest everything and anything top 10 list of the greatest everything and anything. Now I've reached the top 10 best moments of WWE or WWF Championship Wrestling from 1972 through 1986. WWF/WWF Championship Wrestling was the #1 syndicated program for the WWE at that time. All the big angles happened on there. It was seen locally in Boston on WLVI TV 56 at 11 a.m. for many years. I used to watch it Saturday mornings after cartoons, and this was before the feature double feature. And now here are the top 10 best moments of WWF Championship Wrestling. Number 10 on this list is Hulk Hogan returns to the WWF on January 7, 1984 to help out Bob Backlund. This was amazing. Hulk Hogan returned to the WWF after a 3-year absence to be in the corner of Bob Backlund when he was wrestling Samoa number 3, Samoot. And Gene Okerlund, who was commentating, said, "You gotta be kidding me!" because Hulk Hogan was a heel when he last appeared in WWF in 1981. It was an awesome moment. Number 9 on this list of greatest moments in WWF Championship Wrestling history. Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson winning the WWF Tag Team Championships in December of 1983 against the Samoans. This moment was famous when Captain Lou Albano interfered and he tried to hit Tony Atlas with a chair, but he hit Arthur with the chair, and Arthur had the chair on his neck. It was amazing, and Rocky Johnson pinned for the 1, 2, 3, and Vince McMahon says, "We got new tag team champions! New tag team champions of World Wrestling Federation!" Very awesome. Number 8 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF Championship Wrestling history. Angela King Kong Mosca hitting Pat Patterson with a water pitcher after King Kong Mosca lost a match to a preliminary wrestler after he was breaking breaking the rules, and the referee Dick Worley disqualified him because King Kong Mosca was picking up the preliminary wrestler 1-2, but he was doing it. Dick Worley had enough, so he disqualified King Kong Mosca in the top of 1. And afterwards, Pat Patterson interviewed Dick Worley, and Patterson says it was glad that King Kong Mosca got disqualified on television. Then King Kong Mosca comes and hits Patterson with a water pitcher, and Vince McMahon sold the commentary like $1 million. I can't believe that. Is that a king or is that a King Mosca? Very funny. Number 7 on this list of the greatest moments of WWF Championship Wrestling was the 1977 Manager of the Year, when Vince McMahon had all the 4 managers in the WWF at the time: the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, Classy Freddie Blassie, Captain Lou Albano, and Arnold Skaaland. And when Vince McMahon was doing the runner-up, he was teasing, pointing at Arnold Skaaland, but then he would announce it was all the heel managers, and I got mad. Freddie Wesley says that the contest should end tonight. It should end tonight. Got more votes for the Health Club. It should end tonight. And the Grand Wizard of Wrestling says this is the biggest robbery since the Briggs crime. My lawyers will hear about this, McMahon. And then when Albano thought he was going to win it, it went to Arnold Skaaland, and Albano was so mad he hit McMahon and Skaaland with the 12 feet. It was the first time that Vince McMahon took a bump. It was 1977. That was awesome. Number 6 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF Championship Wrestling history: superstar Billy Graham destroying Bob Backlund's WWF World Title belt in 1982. Superstar Billy Graham came to steal the belt during a match when Bob Backlund was wrestling Reed Hansen, and Vince McMahon was interviewing. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Television Announcer? I have the belt. This punk doesn't deserve the belt. And then superstar Billy Graham, after the match, hits Backlund with the belt, and he just destroys the championship belt. And Vince McMahon saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" It's the shades of kind of Mr. McMahon's character on that announcing. And afterwards, Vince and Arnold Skaaland interview Bob, and Bob says, Why? Crying like he was a baby. Awesome segment. Number 5 on this of the greatest moments in championship wrestling history: Macho Man Randy Savage introducing Miss Elizabeth as his manager. Macho Man Randy Savage came to the WWF in the summer of 1985. He was a free agent, and he's got all the heel managers in WWE were looking at him. Bobby the Brain Heenan, Johnny Valiant, Mr. Fuji, Jimmy Hart, Classic Freddie Blassie, and then he got all the managers in ringside saying, "Introducing my new manager coming through the door," and it was gorgeous Miss Elizabeth. And Bruno Sammartino and Vince McMahon says, "Isn't she a movie star?" Very good segment. Number 4 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF Championship Wrestling history: Larry Zbyszko turning on Bruno Sammartino in a scientific match in February 1980. For weeks on Championship Wrestling, Bruno was doing commentary, and Larry Zbyszko, his mentor, was challenging Bruno Sammartino to a match, but Bruno refused, and Larry said that he was retiring from professional wrestling, but Bruno said the fans were sending so much mail, and they requested a match, and Bruno would wrestle him, but he would just wrestle defensively. And when the match gets going, it was a great scientific match until Zbyszko loses his cool and gets a chair and hits Bruno with it many times, and Bruno's bleeding profusely. As the late great Gordon Solie would say, his face is becoming a crimson mask. This sets up sparks a feud that would have been 1980 Feud of the Year if that award wasn't around in existence in PWI. Number 3 on this list of the greatest moments of WWE Championship Wrestling history: Big John Studd and Ken Patera giving Andre the Giant a haircut During a tag team match, it was Andre and SD Jones facing off against Big John Studd and Ken Patera. It was a good match until SD Jones hits his head on the floor, and Studd and Patera double tween Andre. They give a double slam, and they throw the referee, and Bobby the Brain Heenan comes up to the ringside apron, grabs a pair of scissors, and Studd and Patera cut Andre the Giant's hair, and Vince McMahon says they're raping Andre the Giant's dignity. Great heat segment. Studd and Patera being booed like crazy. Number 2 on this list of the greatest moments of WWF/WWF Championship Wrestling history was Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff turning against Hulk Hogan in July of 1986 in a tag team match between King Kong Bundy and Big John Studd. For weeks, Heenan, Adrian Adonis, and Jimmy Hart saying Paul Orndorff was in the shadow of Hulk Hogan. He was doing all the hard work, and they were teasing about ascension among the ranks with Orndorff and Hogan appeared on the flower shop, and they were ready to challenge Studd and Bundy, but Mr. Wonderful said, there's been a change of plans. We accepted a contract with the Moondogs before Studd and Bundy. Paul Orndorff beat the Moondogs single-handedly. Hogan did not tag in that match. And then when there was a tag team match between Studd and Bundy and Orndorff and Hogan, Orndorff started off the match and halfway through tagged Hogan, and then Hogan was being beaten up on by a Studd and Bundy, and Hogan accidentally elbows Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff for the tag. Orndorff has his eye hurt, and Studd and Bundy were attacking Hogan. The referee disqualifies them, and then Orndorff cleans the house, and then Orndorff and Hogan raise Hogan's hand, but then Orndorff clotheslines them and gives the power driver, and this feud starts off the 1986 PWI Feud of the Year, which was the first time PWI had Feud of the Year. It was an awesome moment, surreal moment. And number 1 on this list of the greatest moments of WWF/WWF Championship Wrestling history, the Piper's Pit in 1984 with Jimmy Superfly Snuka, where Piper was saying coconuts, bananas, mocking Superfly Jimmy Snuka, and Snuka says, "Are you insulting me?" "No, I'm not." And then Piper hits Snuka with the coconut, and then beats him up. And this was an awesome Piper's Pit. It was the best moment in championship wrestling history. I doubt we'll see reruns of championship wrestling, WWF or WWE championship wrestling on the WWE network, because they would have to. The opening theme from 1984 to 1986 was a theme of Michael Jackson Thriller. WWE needs to change. If it gets on the WWE network, they would have to change the music, unless if they want to pay copyrights to the record company. But you never know. That's about it on that. Be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with 2 more video blogs. One will be about CBS Sports Radio, and the last one will be about my personality profile, Pro Football Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson. Keep calm, everybody! I'm Julie Brennan Guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO Rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning, and she's got nice legs as well. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. Amy Schwenzi's the best, and she's so awesome. And in the words of Mighty Mouse, here I come to save the day! Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus. Questions, comments, concerns, shout-outs, plugs, send it to me. It will be addressed. Goodbye, everybody. See you later.